Hello everyone and welcome to some more Making Music with Ashen Music. Today we're going to be continuing on with our Royal Aegis piece. I'm hoping we're going to be able to get this finished today. Fingers crossed. Hopefully there shouldn't be anything new to record. Just going to be a fair bit of tweaking and might get a bit of mastering by the end. If not this week, it'll be definitely next week. I'm here with definitely non-branded energy drink. And then once that's finished, some definitely non-branded Daniel Jacks and cola. So, let's have another little listen to remind ourselves of where we've managed to get up to. Still love that horn part, even though I did it. Wait for it. Strings in the backgrounds. But there's still something at the start of that string descent. Going back to the first section. Trumpets. Oh, we've had an audio playback error. Hope that's not be too problematic. Hold on a sec, please, folks. Having some technical issues. Just going to pop you on the intermission screen. Boom, boom. Right. So, it's still that string bit in the middle. Well, I say middle, more near the start. That just, I don't know, just doesn't quite scream as quite right to be. It's like it's a little something punchy at the start, and then just to let it tail off. So let's have a little listen to it again, building into it. From the brass, but it feels like it needs, I don't know, just more. Let's try maybe with some strings. That's what happens. So just listen to that first little bit again. Maybe we just need to quite have a short, sharp. Who knows? Maybe. Let's find out. Let's see if that works. So we got a few long ones here. A bit, boom. That's what my favourite TikTokers does. Get it nice and even, otherwise it will bug me. So it's at the 17 mark. Bones, what you doing? Drums off the coping plate. I think it's just a standard C minor, but yep, C minor. Cool, I can work with that. So let's take a lot of violins. How about we have you go? Let's have you guys doing that in the perfect fifth. It's already a bit more full. bit more full, bit fuller. I do English. I'm a teacher, wouldn't you know? Oh, the violas in there as well. And so if we do the third. So we go. First, do you a tiny bit higher. I'm half tempted to do this as a 7th. Is that going to work? Boom, boom. Or is it better without? Probably better without. There's already a fair bit of distance in here. Just for the lols. Some twinkly piano or something. Can't be a bit twinkly piano. I haven't got a piano in this. I haven't got a piano in this at all, Ruben Good. I've got an entire brass section here, percussion for drums, and then a bunch of strings. That's it. I say that's it. That's a lot of instruments. One of the next pieces I do will probably be piano based. Who knows? We'll find out. I've sinned. Sinner! How's that sound? That wasn't bad. Some of those being held on as well with the other strings. Maybe. I said maybe. How about that? And I'll do the same for the other one. I could have selected both of them. That'll be too efficient. Alright, our bash. That's a bit better. Let's lead into it. That's better. That's better. I like it. This bit didn't too many buttons needs to be changed. Please the trumpet level here. Some of the strings needs to be changed there, I think. Like one of the kind of almost like it's deceptively long and then cuts off really, really suddenly. But I like that because it's, I don't know, it's better. So often you'll hear in pieces that's just like gradual tail off, which is fine. It works. I just think it's a bit cheesy. This piece this is designed to be a piece of game music. Again, it's that kind of that royal castle. You have you're suddenly presented in front of the king's main presenting chamber with him and his royal guard or his royal Aegis, and this would then repeat over again, so you go from the end. 2, 3, 4. Back to the beginning again. You get the idea. That's the kind of looping that we're ideally looking at anyway, and it's really easy to program things into it. That's the plan, Ruben. That is the plan. It's meant to be. As I mentioned quite a few times, a big fan of my medieval style of music. My fantasy music goes with my D&D playing because I'm a huge nerd. Huge nerd and proud. Alright, what's some of the levels? Oh, is this the excess stuff? Where have you gone? This was some extra material I tried. I did originally have that as the kind of middle bit. I've moved it to the side just in case. I don't like to delete material. Very rarely do I like to delete material completely, because I may come back to that at another opportunity. but it just didn't quite fit with the aesthetic that I was going for here, because that was meant to come after this bit. And then as we go into the kind of keeping that power up, but then when that's added in with the rest of the piece, it just stood out, and not in a good way. Sometimes I like it if things like stand out and make themselves really glaringly obvious, but this just, I don't know, didn't quite fit right with me. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to push that to the side. Maybe that could be like a variation, like say if this is ever used for a more tense scenario. Like say you come back to the King's Chambers, and actually like it's almost like there's a fight about to break out because it's something that you've done or been accused of, and then that might suddenly come in to build up the tension, but then come back down once that tension's been alleviated, and it turns out that it's actually I don't know, a Rakshasa called Kevin who is the perpetrator. All right. So I was, before I got distracted, I am distracted way too easily. I think it was these middle bit. Let's listen to the trumpet. Now I like that little fall there, but I think is that a little bit too loud? Just nice. I like that in the background. Guess the tiniest bit too loud. Let's zoom. Just stands up just that tiny bit too much. Just the tiniest of bits. See, the problem with this is the volume can get quite sensitive, much like me. So let's, is that on a gradual climb? Why don't we just have that? Jump. Jump stage just basically means it goes from one point to that, and it stays at that flat volume. If it's linear, it curves gradually up until you get to the end marker, which is what these little dots are. Let's see if that's changed it at all. Well, it's changed it, but how? A bit better. Let's do the out zoomsies. Do that. Control Z. Better. Timing all right down here. What's happening? That seems okay. I just want to let's have that as a solo with percussion. Anyway, but apparently technology is hating me today. Who knows? Maybe it's the end of the world again. Given the year we've had, would not be surprised. Right, what was I doing? I was checking this alongside with this to make sure that this is in time. I said the word this is a lot there. Hopefully I've made sense, at least to myself. Right, let's have a little listen. Sounds in time. I've just been paranoid before. Like a little bit there. It's kind of go do which is yeah, lovely kind of lovely kind of little swung. That's not what I'm after. That's not what I'm after at all, guys. Not today, anyway. That's fine. 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 Alright, showing you a wee bit. It's fine. Alright, so this again. Let's do the old boop. Wait a minute. Is there a hidden one there? Oh no. I thought there was. And so many times I've recorded this, has actually been, for some reason, a hidden layer underneath. and it's a pain in the backside. It really is. What am I doing? Let's actually do that across all. Boop, boop. This is some of that riveting high octane music action that so many people are after. But it's an important part of, especially when you're doing the whole orchestra on your own, is making sure your MIDI is actually aligned perfectly. I do not claim to be the best player in the world. Not on keyboard anyway. I'm far from being the most accurate. I'm used to being a freebird virtuoso guitarist, if I do say so myself, and kind of doing my own thing, not being restricted by any rules. We're part of your system. I'm an adult. So they tell me anyway. Yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. We're getting there. Let's have at you. Take you down a peg. Bosh you two. Bosh you two. Go away, Bono. Don't sue me. Almost sound a bit like Jurassic Park. I like Peter Griffin. There, we can knock you guys down a little bit. Because the problem we have, if they're just a tiny bit too long with the cheaper free VSTs, the sounds that I'm using, is that they lack some of the definition of the ultra expensive ones, which I'm working towards, but a long way off for now. And if you have the notes, which are the bars on here, them in MIDI format, you have them overlapping, it's like the computer doesn't quite know what to do with it. So it will do a few things depending on the different type of VST you have. Some of them might slur together, sometimes it might stop one and start another. Whereas for all these notes I want them to be bap, 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 one after the other. So sometimes it's just worth, because they're short, sharp, crisp notes, just having them as short like me. Right, how's that sounding now? The ones in the middle are actually alright. Ooh, what's happened there? What's happened there? That doesn't sound right at the end. What's meant to be there alongside everything else? Let's go. Boop. Oh, that's the ending. Oh! That thing that happens at the end of a piece of music. The ending. Da da da. Sure, well, one note might have fixed it. Do 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 do. Yeah, sure, okay with that. Save. Control S is your friend. Control S is always your friend. Yes, we've got those big long boys. Right. Let's go back to again. Might need to start mastering soon. I must be happy. love it. I just want to listen to it again. There's one bit that stuck out. But then I got distracted by the rest of the piece of music, so now I can't remember. Focus, Ashen, focus. Beginning's fine. Good so far. Oh, no, wrong button. Noob mistake. Noob. Fine. Here's these bits again. I think it's just because these are slightly longer notes. Somewhere as well. Let's have a look at you. Boop. 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 That did nothing. For the record, I tried. Boop. Boop. He doesn't love a good boop. My little boy spent a portion of the evening doing whilst I was trying to put him to bed. After every page of his story, he just came up and went, boop! And his sister started doing it as well. It was adorable. At the same time, I'm being like, oh, you guys are cute. Then in turn, like, it's your bedtime, go to sleep! Just want to make sure those ones are in the right position. I believe they are. Boop, boop. Okay. Save. We're almost there indeed. I think content-wise, I don't think there's anything now we want to change, so it's just going to be the volume levels. I mean, so some people commented on last week that I'm being really, really particular and pernickety, especially about some of these certain sections. And you could argue, oh, just get rid of them, just remove them. So, no, they help add what's called texture. So you want to have lots and lots and lots of different layers to make different pieces of music sound interesting. It's one of those you take away. There's those. It doesn't feel like it's missing quite a lot. It helps to be more interesting. Am I getting bullied? Yeah, being bullied by my 3-year-old, and my 1-year-old is starting to get involved as well. Forever being booped, but then also hugged and kissed. So you know what? I'm okay with it. Glad for us to hear it is without the. It sounds fine. It sounds absolutely okay, but I just kind of feel adding this bit in here. Even if it is quiet in the background, it just really helps helps us try and drive the piece forward a bit. You have that. It's like it's pushing the whole song forward. It's forcing it to keep moving. It's a very, very, very common tactic, just in music, just in general. If you want something to build up in pace, you'll start to have more complex, I suppose, one could call this bit complex sounds. To those kind of similar sounds when you get if you like see any cartoons like or Poirot films where they're on a train. Because that sense of movement. What was that volume drop? What are you doing? What are you doing there? Terrible, how dare you? Be gone. Let's expand that. Ka-chow! That's better. De-chow. So let's get a bit louder at that bit there, purely because that's when we're getting too much towards the ending. Okay, so what's the point of Strabek? Yeah, it makes it sound a bit more like movements. Choo-choo! What about the music train? Towards the ending. Ugh, that sounded horrible at the end. What happened there? Ugh. Ugh. Oh. Ugh. Right, let's have a look at that. Dun, dun. Is that going to match up with the rest of the bits up top? Let's have a wee look. See, do boop, und, boop, und, boop. Some viewer in piano for viewer. Don't know where this horrible child accent is coming from. No, not the whole thing. Dun dun dun. Get back there. See how that does. Dun dun dun. Dun dun dun. Dun dun dun. Do do do. Do 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 do. Let's see how that does. Why not? Let's go crazy. Dun dun. No, not all there. Dun. Bit next to it. Kind of, is that what I'm after? Dun 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 dun. Try that. Oh, that sounds better. Does it match up with anything else? Probably not. Okay. Is that okay? Another look again. That sounds a bit better. Doesn't quite match up with the rest, so I think it just needs to be pulled a little bit sooner. Let's pull that back to there. The question is it really going to make a difference? To me, it will. Let's put you back just there. Why not? It looks neater as well. It does sound a bit neater. That is better. Okay. I'm going to say okay once more. Okay. Now comes particular bit of becoming quite particular, so listening over and over and over again to find the right balance. The majority of it I think is actually there. The majority of it I think is okay. I think I'm painfully close to exporting it. Fortunately, the majority of the instruments come with those built in. So, bring them up. I always absolutely love this harmony because I made it. It's got the two. Again, it's really hard to pick out when listening to the piece in its entirety. So listen to just the two of them together. So here they're just doubling up, doing the same thing because it makes sense. Changes slightly at the end. Contrary motions are going opposite ways. But when you play that with everything else, it's hard to pick it out, but you'd miss it if it wasn't there. Very cheeky how those two strings, the violin and the viola, they kind of go far apart and they come back here. I like it. It makes me happy. Still feels a little bit loud, this bit. That's not what I wanted. Let's go way into there. So do a boop, boop. We're going to do a jump, jump. That's probably going to be too much. Yeah, that's way too quiet. So aim to bring that back down. Sounds a wee bit better. Happy with that. Save that. Zoom in because it always looks horrible. You squish it up like that. It's like why? Why would you even do that? Why? There as it should be. as well how the dicka 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 train-like strings then persist through to this recap of the original bit, which wasn't there originally. It looks complicated, but it's one of those once you know what you're looking at, I'm not going to say it's easy, but it gets easier. This is the grown-up version of BandLab. It's by the same company. This is the free DAW that they provide that isn't online, so you have to download and install this. The main difference though is that all of these sounds, so whether it be things like these lovely little horns that you're seeing and hearing, these are things that I've either purchased or installed separately and gotten quite a few HUDs for. Things like, where are they? I think it's like the Violins and Violas. This is the BBC Symphony Orchestra set, which is very, very funky and interesting. These are literally sounds recorded by the BBC Symphony Orchestra, which makes me happy, being obviously born and raised on the BBC. Not born on the BBC, that sounds weird. Subjected to such classic TV as Red Dwarf was always my staple. A bit of Red Dwarf. As well as many other BBC hits raised on CBBS, or CBBC as it was back then. They have CBBC and CBBS now. Exposed to that. Joys of being a parrot. Right. So we have, going back into the last little section. Big into the re-intro, I should say. Only if that's with a David Attenborough voice there, Ruben. And here we can see Mr. Ashby being born. The bottom string's a little bit too loud at the end there. Yeah, I think they're a tiny bit too loud. I might even think and suggest at that point, boom, 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 jump. That's kicking that around. What's that? That's 71. I could type it in, but I don't want to. I think that's better. Zoom out, go back, have a wee listen. Save. Always save. Save your work, everybody. Don't do what I've done countless times on this, because not save and then suddenly have something catastrophic go wrong, like be raided by a toddler. Happens more often than you think. And then to lose about an hour's worth of work, if not more. And then once one of my other pieces was doing some guitar recording, and not what I just said. And something went wrong, not going to say what, and that was about a morning's worth of work done, which was, at the time I was a little bit frustrated. Yeah, there was some crosswords were said, gosh darn, and oh ploppers, oh ruddy hell, and things like that, and I was But I calmed down, re-recorded it, and then that's a piece that I'm still working on. Right. I'm going to have a little listen through again. I'm going to try not to interrupt myself, so I can mentally think, right, okay, what volume needs to change. So. Check out that, which was the trumpet bit in there, check the MIDI for that. So or does that actually double play the notes? Because this is a held trumpet. Because again, working with the VSTs that I got. It is. Longer. There's a little bit of echo there because again you can probably see with the MIDI they're overlapping, which is not ideal. Let's just bump those down a tiny bit. Too much! No, why would I want to do it that much? Boom. Oh, that's what I do. One more time. Okay, let's just double check the positioning. Off, worth it for that. Very grandson trumpets. Do a tiny bit. Can I double it up? Let's double it up. Let's see what happens. This might sound rubbish. Let's find out. For every part now. Wait a minute, that doesn't look right. That's slightly off. We don't want things to be slightly off. Gourd off. Caribou gourd. Bonus points if you understand that reference. Unless this, hang on, is this a direct copy? I'd only have it slightly off a bit there. We don't want it slightly off. We want it one. Let's put you down a little bit, put you over. Alright, now the rest. Trumpet, enter. Better. Something drops out at the end a lot sooner than it should. The trombones stay on for a bit. That's these lovely individuals. What should be playing at the same time? I bet these ones, of course. Boop. Trombones, I've asked you to not play so loud. Could you sort it out, please? Is that better? I don't know. It feels like where the horns are meant to. Now, which horns are these? These are the sound ones. Yes. Expect those. It's those ones. That's why. So what we have on these horns with the specific ones I'm using, they're kind of heroic horns with Pandora burst. Basically, it's horns at the top with some big beefy things. Some more beefy brass underneath. Let's shorten that a little bit. Let's see how that goes. Turn that down to the length of everything else. That's better. That sounds more intentional. I'm still not happy with this. I'm really not. Why not? Why not? Let's see if that works. Just seems a bit odd having that gap in there. Bum, 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 bum. Let's do an arpeggio. Love an arpeggio. Ah, no. Yeah, kind of rebarses at the end a little bit, unintentionally. I'll take it. Definitely intentional. Shush. Don't judge. Here's going to know. I want people watching this, but I put this out on YouTube because... Shut up. Right. Are we almost ready? Might be. trombones weren't existent there. Guys, why are you so quiet? Why are you so quiet? That's not right. Boom, boom. Well, that ain't gonna help. Because that's a bit of the oomph. Oh, this string bit is still really bugging me. It really is. Does it fit? See, if I'm asking that question, the answer is probably usually no, but the amount of times I'll do this, and then I will come back to it and just go back to what it was originally. Experimentation is good. Experimentation is very good. However, am I learning from mistakes? Am I learning from my experimentation? That's debatable. So if it doesn't. I kind of feel that, so it's at the 42 marker there. I kind of feel like I want this to happen before that gets to it. So if I were to do that, I want this to be at the start of 42. So we've got, that sounds a bit more intentional. So we've got one more time. Just do it on its own. I don't think we've got a note too many in there. Just need do. You get over there. Okay, that sounds with more purpose. Again. Yes, I do like that. Save. Save. Okay. So from the beginning again. This will be the last time. Probably not. They're meant to be decreasing in volume, but it doesn't sound like they are. No, wrong button. Yeah, maybe fade them down. Why aren't you? That's better. It's because I've got the breed on, which is why I was messing it up later. Another try. Bip, 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 bip. That's better. Save! Once again, that little string solo bit, it just sounds a bit jumpy. It was too much for the jump, i.e. decrease in volume. Where have you gone? There you are. Tiny bit. I say, I like that, that's okay for now, but then I hear it in context and I hate it. A little bit cheeky here. See that lovely little trumpet solo here. If you listen to it again, the notes are held on for a little bit too long. They kind of blend into each other, and that's just down because this is the long trumpet use. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate track, trumpet solo. It's always important to name your tracks if you don't do so already. What I'm going to do. Boom, boom, change from long to staccatoissimo, as it says there. That's the difference. Two long ones, two shorts. So that's punchy parts. So the solo sounds. Sounds much more intentional, much better. So we can go, don't need that, don't need that, and consequently for the solo bit here. So they sound. Here's the long bits, which we still want to keep. Fine. Used to blend it a bit better. Starts the timing right. Should be a straight copy and paste job. Where did I go wrong? That's it. That's why I sent it off. Now we go a click, a boom, a boom. Don't think we need those two. Say bye bye. Or do we keep those two and get rid of these two? Trial and error. Oh, that was a horrible jump. Yeah, I think we do it the other way around. Or we just keep them. Is that sounding better or worse? I wonder if I put a little bit of reverb on that. Reverb. Oh, well, my stream hasn't got the reverb as coming up. That's why you just imagine it's about here-ish. Just play with some of the settings on it to make it sound okay. Input's fine. Let's just whack the reverb up. I'm going to take the attack down on it as well. We can do that in the settings here. Which one is it? Expression, dynamics. Anyway, we've got him as well. Handy. How does it sound in context? That's all right. Do still wonder if, is it this bit here? I think it was in the dicka 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 dicka. I don't know why, is it these longer notes here? It Ballywell might be, you know. Ballywell might be. Top one, shot me in more. I think these are okay, but I'm going to be mildly anal to the nth degree. Just for posterity's sake. Remember, it is for posterity. Ciao. I think it is. Is it this bit here? I think it's these ones. Dun dun dun. One more time. on. One more time. I can't listen to it enough. At least it's only a couple minutes long. That's before a piece that lasts about 8, 9, 12 minutes sometimes. Almost happy with that. I think beginning of that's not lovely big entry there. This will be the last time I think I'm going to play it before I say I'm happy with it. Apologies if this is just this is the same track on repeat, on repeat, on repeat, but this is all part of the process. What is probably going to end up happening is that I will say, oh yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. I'll come back and listen to it in a couple of days' time, kind of go, maybe I'm not. That's how this goes. Okay, I'm happy. I'm happy with that. Save. Do I dare export it? I'll do it on stream. That'd be a bit boring. Yeah, I'm actually really happy with that. I think any particular changes I make now are going to be like either so minute or it's just going to be a change for the sake of a change. I hate doing a change for the sake of a change. So let's boop that. Boop it on the snooter. These are some of the things that I'm working on, some of which are pieces that already exist. I'm doing my own few arrangements. All things like the Tomb Raider theme, Akatsuki from Naruto. Soundtrack of my own design. This is one of my favourite projects at the moment. So on Tuesdays, I'm doing some old Mega Drive or Genesis for the Americans streaming. This is a piece of music from the game Dungeons and Dragons Warriors of the Eternal Sun. And the entire soundtrack is very, very heavy metal. I absolutely love it, being the staunch metalhead that I am. I've just got some of my guitars recorded in it. Unfortunately, my current guitar is not in the best of condition, unfortunately. And it sounds okay, but that's just it. It's just okay. I really need to re-record some of these guitar parts, just so I can tweak them a bit better. But so let's have a little listen. If I put the drums on, so I'm using the free version. Got to make sure I'm clicking them each time. But again, that's what I get for being cheap. Far from being mastered, but who's this one I'll do on stream next? It's meant to be the wandering the plains where you're going around a certain area. A little bit of tension to it. Funky harmonies here though. Just my own design. Go fight something! Quite fit right. victory there, akin to that da 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 da. I did it. I am the winner. And the main focus of this, well, it's two pieces spliced together, is just purely the guitars. The harmonies that I'm using were in the original. If you get the chance to, if you just go to YouTube or Google it or whatever your listening service of pleasure, I think it's is it the Beastman Plains? I'm just going to double check. Just got the Beastman Plains and Beastman's Combat. In fact, I'm going to put some links in the chat. Eternal Sun. Beastman Wonder, that's the one. You get the joy of some of the most amazing MIDI from the old Mega Drive or Genesis era. That's the era that's brought up on. But I love the overall sound of a lot of what the guitars are meant to be playing. It's just the actual the sound quality isn't quite there yet. And because I'm quite snobby when it comes to that kind of thing, if it's not exactly how I envisioned it in my head, then I don't see it as a success. It's a failing on my part. It's that kind of musical perfectionist, but I do want to eventually be doing this for a living. And if I'm not satisfied with my own work, if I'm not doing it to the best that I think I can, then I'm doing anyone who I'd work with a potential disservice. So, the chords, relatively simple. The wandering part that come much do do do, almost a bit Bon Jovi-esque. Do do, shot through the heart, and you're to blame, darling. You give love a bad name. Then mix that in with the obviously the main melody, the main tune. Bam, first down so you can actually hear it. So you got that ba ba da dum ba ba ba. And that's what really. That's what really got me wanting to make this as a piece of music, is that I've had that melody in my head since I was about 8 years old. Something like that, I think. And every time I've just had I said to myself, I should probably do my own version of it at some point. Classic of myself as well, could be over the top with the vibrato of the guitar. Fine. Clear the time, which I'm not happy with it twice for this piece yet. Okay, it's a little bit sloppy there. I'm probably thinking I am just going to record the guitars again from the ground up, just because I'm being that picky about it. I do, as I've mentioned, I love the harmony that we get here. Oh, sorry, there's no slip there. Ugh. Again, obviously this isn't finished. This is almost like the sketch pad for this piece now that I think about it. But I combine those all together. You hear what I'm aiming for. I love the dirty bass as well. Almost get away with some of these bits as well. But I don't want to get away with it. I want to do it properly. have another harmony layer put on top of that as well, doing some slightly higher bits, but the treble on the guitar I'm using, so the higher note range, it doesn't sound amazing, sadly, and it was just like playing a short little solo lick, and in concept it sounded really good, but just with the type of guitar that I'm using for it, I was really peed off that it just didn't quite sound as I wanted it. Then we start going into the combat bit. So you've got the lovely little build up. You managed to just kind of, you just stepped into the fray. Now I'm working on. There's meant to be a guitar solo at this point going, which I've temporarily replaced it with the strings. It doesn't quite the same effect now. It's lovely at driving when you've got that this whole little section. You've got some of the lovely harmony bits coming up. So you've got that do 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 do. It's kind of emulating what the bass is doing, but then you've got the second guitar coming in. Solo. Just to point out as well, just with the weakness of the solo guitar, it's kind of a mid to high range. The quality isn't amazing. They were sloppy with that bit. Needs re-recording, but let's start all together. Time. Go right to the beginning of the combat section again. Bam, 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 bam. Second time round. That's what I'll start doing with you guys on stream next week. I just need to get my guitar and my pod out, but I'm more than okay with that. I don't think I particularly want to do tonight. It's getting one a bit for myself anyway. And my brain capacity for things this is going. So that's one project I got on the go. What else have we got? So roll cards, quite happy that's done. Pounding builder, what have I dubbed this at? I think this is meant to be one of my more electronic, more spacey ones. Hey Carbon. Let's go boop. Oh, I think I should do this. It's going to be some kind of big, tense build up. Might need that to go to kind of an electronic bass, get some synth involved in there as well, get a bit cyberpunk with that kind of idea, sure, why not? Any others? This one, love this arrangement. I'm trying to think what to do to make it more mine, because the problem I have with a lot of arrangements is I'll make them sound really, really good, if I do say so myself. Very, very arrogant. What is, I make them sound acceptable in regards to the original and attribute to the original, but then I want to add my own spin to it. With things like the Dungeons and Dragons one, it's relatively easy. I'm taking some old MIDI stuffs and doing my thing with guitars, make it sound a bit more unique in that way. But with something that already exists, love this bit. Final Fantasy harps. So that's the very, very abrupt ending. What I'm currently working on, so what I'm trying to work on is an intro for this. Because if you don't know, this piece is from a fantastic game called Final Fantasy IX. Protecting My Devotion. It's Steiner and Beatrix, the main knights. They defend their capital city from these monsters made of mist. These monsters of pure venom and spite, as they are controlled by the villainous Kuja, who is searching for powers to destroy his creator to prove himself better. And his two brave knights are defending the city. And a majority of the music from this game is based off of this ba 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 ba. So many different pieces of music use it. Nobuo Uematsu, who's the composer for Final Fantasy IX, a majority of the early Final Fantasy series, it was really, really good, especially in this instance of using this, using theme and variation. Like even the opening title sequence for Final Fantasy IX uses a variation of this theme. Then one of the main characters, Dagger, or Princess Garnet, she sings a version of this which is called The Melodies of Life, and it's also a fantastic version by an artist called Eritan. Eritan, Melodies of Life, look it up, you will thank me for it. So I'm trying to think of a similar thing, having this slightly slower build with more added to it. Tends to add a choir. I love a choir. This just sort of repeats. More to it. Yes, the whole. This is the initial flute that's it down. What I want to do is to eventually build and pick that up. Did I do that here? I don't think I did. Yeah, I get the idea. I think I wanted to keep it in the flute because the flute is a bit more wistful, a bit more melancholic. But imagine going from this whole section here. Have some choirs that I can go only sung at pitch. Do, 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 do. And that sudden break. This is action, combat, bouncing. Monty Python. Riding. Triggers. Background. I love that piece. The ones I'm working on. See, I'm one of those frustrated people. I will have a whole span of I want to do this, all this, all this, all this, all this. And part of the reason be doing these Monday streams, if I get lovely people like yourselves actually watching these, then that's absolutely amazing. And I really, really appreciate people who have actually stuck around for however long, or if you're watching these on YouTube a few days later. That is really, really amazing. But part of the idea is actually just to keep myself at the backside to actually make some music. And I get to talk to myself for about 2 hours, which is, something that I do kind of do for a living, but, never mind. So this will be the last one I demonstrate, because this is just me showing off my toys at the moment. But big Twin Peaks fan. My wife is in particular as well, so this is a piece I'm working on subtly for her. Hopefully she didn't just hear that. But so the main theme for this for Twin Peaks is absolutely fantastic. Let's see what my wife did to this. This is, again, like the rest of these projects, is a major work in progress. You can usually tell the ones that are not a work in progress because I have the colour coordination on the left hand side, whereas for this it's completely blank. Not only is it a lovely piece of music, it's meant to be. It's very, very relaxing and calming and chill and interesting. And the show is, I've only started watching it within the last year or so, having seen it over my shoulder, and I fell in love with it. It's just so interesting. If you get the chance, please do watch Twin Peaks. It's a show that needs more love than it gets quite a lot of love. It's got a huge cult following, but it's just a genuinely fascinating program, a genuinely fascinating show, and heartily recommend it. Heartily. Okay, so before I sign off, let's just head back to our Royal Aegis. Let's just listen to it one more time for both posterity and for me to then suddenly go, nope, I'm going to change it. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, I'm going to go, yes, I'm still happy with that, so I can master that in my own time. By master, I mean export. Shush. idiotic for dad to myself. I am happy with that. In fact, I'm very happy with that. A lot of work has gone into that. I think it shows. I'm very pleased with not only how it's looking, but also especially how it sounds. It's a piece of music, of course, but how it sounds. Hopefully those of you who are our DAW peeps will know what I mean by how it looks. Awesome. That's this stream coming to an end. So thank you very much for those of you who have stayed and watched. For those of you who are watching on YouTube as well, thank you very much for your time. I really, really appreciate it. Please, if you're on Twitch, please drop me a follow at Ashen Music. And if you're on YouTube, please like, share, subscribe, usual nonsense. Although I don't want to turn into one of the, hey, ring that notification bell and become part of our notification squad so you can get, that pees me off at the best of times. But it helps content creators like myself out. Please, whether you be on Twitch or whether you be on YouTube, please check out my other easy for me to say, social media platforms, so you can see what kind of things I'm doing as and when. Every Monday is a music stream. Every Tuesday is my current retro stream. So Tuesday 7:30 we'll be doing some more of Dungeons and Dragons, Warriors of the Eternal Sun, and next Monday we'll be moving on to an arrangement of one of the pieces of music from that. So thank you very much for your time, and please take care of yourselves, take care of each other. Bye bye.